Alright, so we have a Guardy, Blaziken, LD, Leaf, Blastoise. So we have a three stage, two stage, three stage. Guardy really power spikes at 9 when it gets its ult, plays at 8, LD at 4, Leaf at 4, Blastoise at 9. Um, Down there they have a 5, a 4, a 4, a 4, and I want to say Candle gets online at 7. Its ult gets its ult at 9, but um, such as something to think about, like the comp going into your comp. Kind of want to talk about win con, stuff like that at this screen. We go more in depth with the more different VODs we do. This is just kind of basic overlay. Um, Alright, so we got LD Blaze top, so your lane splits are good. So jungle, it's really good practice to get to starting the buffs of the lane you're going to gank. So if you're going to gank bot, start blue. If you're going to gank top, start red. That way after the gank, you can head right back into lane and the buff's right there for you to start. Also, giving Eldegoss red buff here is a good strategy. They go into lane, they have the slow. Any range support typically will take red, LD, Hoopa. Very rarely Comfy. Alright, so we gotta go back just a bit. Right, right here. Okay, so you have a Blaziken at 4, an LD at 3, and you have this ball toy back here. So you could potentially get your Blaziken 5 for first birds if they're not up here just wasting time doing nothing, right? You always want to be on timer, so you want to be at that 9 minute at 9 minute. You want to get the farm on the minute respawns, the jungle on their minute respawns, the bees, etc., etc. Timers are very, very important. Alright, so 6 seconds. Bursting there with your move is fine because you'll get it back. Um, Bush. Okay, right here. So because you have a Blaziken, I would have rotated the Leafeon up for 9-minute birds, giving you, anytime you have a 3-stage Evo top, I like the bottom rotate for 9. The bottom lane doesn't really gain that much advantage. You're trying to hit the Ceruledge here instead of bursting the birds, right? So you guys can't fight them. You have 2 low Evo Mons and Guardy. So if Guardy loses the 1v1 to Ceruledge, you guys just can't fight them right now. So your best option is to get the birds, burst them down, trying to secure. It looks like you get some of them, get your double Evo. Guardy cannot push up 1v3 like that. Almost severely punished for it. So right here, your red buff would be spawning right when you come back in. Instead, you have to go through the middle, go down. Ceruledge now sees you. Now we're wasting time. We're off timers because of this. They end up picking the kill. Your team rotates mid for 8 minutes. Blaziken's a little bit behind on stacks, so I probably would have kept them top. Squirtle lost a 1v1 to Slowbro. Alright, we get red. We're hitting 7 at 7:30. We're not going to have another buff spawn before the objective. And then we're 5 bot. So with 5 bot, you're just letting Ceruledge get absolutely massive. They're getting stacks, they're getting the farm, nobody's up here to stop them. They're just doing whatever they want, right? So they're getting value top and they're holding your value bot. Alright, Blaziken pushes the birds, that's good, but you're still splitting 5 birds between 4 people. Squirtle's not there. Blaziken now coming back to center. They got their 7. So you don't have ult. They do have ults. You got to check levels before engages. Cerule Edge misses their ult, or that could have been just an instant wipe. They get the objective. You guys couldn't contest there. One thing to note is when you can contest an objective and when you can't, right? So if they have way better secure, they have the positioning, they have the better fight, let them have it. Play the pad defensively, get value on top lane, go back into jungle, um, just pushing up, taking a bunch of damage, and then giving them the advantage of fighting you on your pad half health is not great. Guardy's pressing very far up. We're trying to get Squirtle online still. Squirtle's only 6. They haven't ticked off. Squirtle needs to be getting farmed. Like, we're pushing a fight when we're behind. We can't do that. We can't just look for fight. If you lose the fight, the next time you fight them, if you haven't changed, you're going to lose the fight again. Guardy goes for ult here. Leaf ults the Cerule Edge. Not a fan of the Razor Leaf this game. They have one squishy and it's Candle. So at most you're killing one person with Razor Leaf, where if you go Solar Blade, which is kind of the preferred bot lane build because it's like a mage, you can just continuously chunk them, right? Because if you just dive in and get Wiggly's passive, Leafeon's just dead. That's kind of just all there is to it. They're pushing pad. I actually want to see that Guardy looks. I think it was a bit of a misstep. Yeah, okay. So you aimed your Psyshock and then moved, so you didn't actually get the confirm on Candle. Staying with one target is very important. You get the Slowbro Unite, that's unfortunate. You live. They're just abusing pad. They're very far ahead right now. Make sure during games you do some level checks. You just hit the pause button and see the level disparities. Blastoise finally hits 9. Okay. So we just lost a major fight, right? We have all of this farm that we could be getting instead of playing for the objective when we just lost a fight and we had pad. They've beaten you at both team fights so far, and we're just continuing to kind of press them. Now with no Guardiol, we're in a really bad spot. Cerule Edge dies backline, Leafeon goes down, Cerule Edge goes down, Guardy's down, and they just get the objective. So now, like, they are just full. They do whatever they want. We're not playing into them at all. We're just kind of, all right, we lose a fight, go back to the fight. We lose a fight, go back to the fight. Now this farm has been up for 2 rotations now. Guardy's only level 10. Our levels are really low. 3 minutes left. You really want to be 12 here, almost ticking to 13. If not 13, ticking to 14. Can't see Leaf's levels. Blast is really underleveled. Blaziken's 12. It's decent. So 1 minute. You force them to all unite here. But it looks like we counter unite, which is not the play. So inting for that pad is bad. Again, we haven't won a single fight, and we're barely farming. Like, we're not able to just go back into them and fight them on a pad. But we did get their unite. So if we bait out Slowbro and Hoopa unite there, that is tremendous for us. We just can't counter ult, right? Losing Blast ult there, LD ult, we just can't counter ult because we just got to take the L. Like, okay, we made a bad play, we lost it, fine, but we gained value because we got their ults. Now you gave the value back using your ult, so now you don't have an advantage in the Ray fight. Leafeon flanking, Blaziken walking up, Blast walking up. So that's dangerous. You just walked into that bush and you didn't have anyone bush check it. You could walk in there, Cerule Edge just one tap, you're gone. You lose the fight just right there. Fight's over. You really have to have your teammates checking bushes. Blaziken has Focus Blast, Eldegoss has Puff, Blastoise has every single move, and it can just walk into the bush. If it gets collapsed on it, just press ult. Really have to bush check there. So the Cerule Edge finds the Leaf top side. Leaf is all by itself. It's under-leveled. It's going to lose the fight. Right? Leafeon needs to just run. It sees that Cerule Edge, it needs to just run. Its only target that it can kill is the candle. Or it baits the Cerule Edge into you guys, and you guys collapse on it and kill it. Misses its ult, we move up, it gets the portal. Leaf just dies. Team's not there. Leaf went down, team went up. Okay, so right here, playback speed normal. Team's rotating up as Leafeon's coming down. So we're on opposite sides, so we just leave Leafeon to die. Guardy presses up, gets Cerule Edge hit. LD's forced to ult to heal it back up. Right there, you cannot 100% cannot Psyshock and then Guardy ult. Your ult does absolutely nothing if you don't have damage to put on top of it. So you need to ult, Psyshock, Blaziken overheat in, and you just win the team fight. And Blast should really be your engage, surfing in and ulting. Blaziken went down. Guardy, yeah. So we don't have same targets. We're fighting all over the place. We're not playing as a team. And they have levels. 14 Cerule Edge to a 12 Leafeon. And I think that's the whole game. They just win the fight there. We just say, okay, we have to flip. See, that's one of the big reasons I like Psychic over Moonblast for the secure potential. Also, your team secures Blaziken, and I don't know what happened to them there. Oh, okay. So Blaziken gets Slowbro United at about quarter health. You have to hold the Ray. Like, you can't hit the Ray. You gotta try and wait out the Slowbro Unite. You don't win that secure otherwise. Alright, so all in all, we have to get our farm on timers. We have to understand what the game state is and not just fight. And we have to work together more as a team. Also, our comp 3 Scaling Mons and 1 Leafeon really means that you guys have to play the farm game and play for your levels and your scales. If they outlevel you and you're a scaling comp, you just lose. Like, you can't do anything to them. Otherwise, not terrible. I'll see you guys next time.